Hey there guys, welcome back to another video of all things Apple Plus. I'm on this video, as you can see in the background with the little figurines that I got going on. We have a new N64 emulator that we gotta talk about today. It's on App Valley. Big props to D7, the big daddy himself, Dino Zambas, for doing a tutorial earlier today as I'm filming this on Thursday. Man, go give that guy a follow and a subscribe and a like on all his videos. He does so much for the community, and without his help, there's no way that we would be able to get this emulator and this in general. Just he does so much, and honestly, he needs to have millions of subscribers at this point. So go ahead and make sure that you do follow him and subscribe, and then make sure that you download App Valley as you've seen here, as I've demonstrated for you guys. And once you have downloaded App Valley, I'll leave the link in the description down below. You can go ahead and launch their app. You will be on your home page on your springboard. So go ahead and launch that application. And as you can see here, I've done App Valley tutorial vids in the past and in the present, or in the past with my couple of videos and with Loot Valley. So make sure you guys do check those videos out. And just know that with App Valley, this is just an amazing site. They have so many different applications that you can download for free for non-jailbroken devices. So this is a really cool site just to get your third-party apps from. So Delta is the application that we're going to be getting today, and this will allow us to play N64 games on our iOS devices for free. So let's go ahead and hit the get button after we've searched for it, and we're going to go ahead and hit the install button. Now you'll notice that it hangs right here under the waiting, where it just says waiting. So if your app hangs just from right there, just tap on the application and then the download will go ahead and commence. So it just takes a minute to go ahead and initiate, and by the time that initiates, as you can see here, we have it installed. And I'm not cutting the video in any way. I'm actually going to keep this the normal just the regular length. That way you can see just how slow or even how fast this ends up downloading and installing onto our device. So let's go ahead and get that to install. But again, credits go out to Dino. Man, that guy, the community would not be here without his videos. There's just so much that he's done. So again, give him props, because he's been able to get the this emulator to App Valley, and he's been able to do kind of a workaround and be able to get that so we can all enjoy it. So make sure you guys give him props. So we got our emulator. Let's go ahead and start searching for ROMs. So let's go ahead and get some N64 ROMs. Let's go ahead and get Super Mario 64, and let's go ahead, and it's going to direct us to ROMs Mania. This is actually a really good site to get any N64 games from. So we're going to scroll to the bottom, hit the green download button, and it will say that your ROM is downloading. Now, Super Mario 64 is about 8 megabytes in size, so it's not that big of a file. It should honestly load pretty fast. So go ahead and hit the More button, and then you're going to scroll over till you see the Delta emulator. So go ahead and open that up in the Delta emulator, and your game automatically populates within the Delta emulator. So really cool thing here is that we're going to actually save a picture, because what you can do is with the Delta emulator is that you can actually import your own saved images per game. So that way you can have your library, instead of looking just with the Delta emulator icon, you can actually choose what kind of photo that you want, or you can choose from the list of game photos that they have in their library from their own database. So we're going to look up, actually I'm going to show you guys real quick. We're going to look up Super Mario 64. Awesome. They have a couple of ones that you can choose from, and then there you go, right there. It shows up perfectly, and then we can go ahead and launch the game. So let's go ahead and push this game. And as you can see here, the layout is so much better. We have Super Mario 64 running at perfect speed. And the cool thing that I like about these buttons is that there's this haptic feedback that you get from the buttons, which is really cool, because it makes it feel like you are pushing the button and you are having some sort of feedback from the joystick. So there's like, it's weird, there's like this little, again, it's like a haptic feedback that you get from pushing the buttons and from when you're using the joystick too. So we can go into landscape mode. The A is a little bit cut off, not a big deal, but all of our buttons are there for us, and it just, the layout feels so much better, and it just, the buttons feel great too. So I'm really excited for this to just get playing and get going back on Super Mario 64. But let's go ahead and hit the fast forward button. And as I'm playing this and as I'm fast forwarding through this, the quality of the game sound, it doesn't feel scratchy. It doesn't sound scratchy at all. It just sounds normal, honestly. It just sped up, and there's got to be work that's done behind the scenes to make it sound like that. But as you can see here, with the fast forward button on, you will be able to zip through games like really fast. And honestly, controlling Mario fast forward is actually been pretty easy. It's actually really easy to control him, to be honest. We're only running in one direction. Okay, let's get around here. We're gonna have to turn this fast forward thing off because this is just, oh man, this is just too much. So we can go ahead and hit resume. Awesome. Yeah, controlling Mario with how it is in landscape mode is just so, it's perfect. I'm really loving this because I've been wanting to play some N64 games for a while now, and this has just been an amazing application just right off the bat too. So yeah, controlling Mario is actually really easy to do. I remember before, I don't know if any other, I know the Provenance emulator is out there. It's just, it never gave this feedback when you press on the different buttons. It just, man. If I can get up here, man, I haven't played in a minute. This is so crazy. And the quality is great, the sound is great, the frame rate's great, everything, all the above. They've done, man, I'm not actually leave Riley, he's the maker of the Delta emulator. I'm gonna leave his Twitter handle in the description down below. Please go ahead and follow him because he's done, as you can see here, just the layout and everything is just so great. So follow him on Twitter, follow Dino Zambos on Twitter as well too. But let's check out the cheats section here. It looks like we have our Game Shark cheats that we can upload and then we can plug in. Real cool. And then we have our main home menu. We can load and save states here. So just an overall, just an amazing application. And then actually I wanted to show you guys real quick, you can sync your Dropbox or your Google Drive to this emulator, which is really cool, so you won't lose your save data. So let's go ahead and hit sign on. And we have our Google Drive here, so we'll go ahead and hit the sign on button here. And then we also have our Dropbox. Actually, let's go through Dropbox. We're going to go ahead and hit allow. It'll authorize. Hit open. And it should automatically repopulate you back over to the Delta emulator, where your save data will officially be saved. That way you don't have to worry about, if the emulator crashes, how am I going to get my game data back? But just an amazing application. First look, it's just a great emulator. I'm so excited for this emulator. It's been long overdue, but I'm glad that Riley's been on the scene and that he's updated this, because this is just a fantastic emulator for everybody to use. So I hope you guys did like this video. If you guys did find it informative, please like, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos on all things Apple Plus, and I'll be catching you guys on the next video.
That means extra extraordinary.